Is this Romain Grosjean's biggest choke in motor racing? After you finish the video, be sure to let me know in the comments. But we're going to be looking at the Children's of Alabama Grand Prix, the 4th round of the IndyCar season, and round 2 of Romain Grosjean versus Scott McLaughlin. And this race has it all: wheel-to-wheel battling, intense strategy decisions, so be sure to stay tuned if you want to see the whole picture. But anyway, let's get started at the start. Like and sub for more.
The blue flies, and Grosjean leads this star-studded field of green.
Side by side behind him as Pato Award tries to go on the outside. He'll have a great run on Grosjean now into 5.
No push to pass, but he has the draft going to the brake zone.
He's on those softer compound tires, and Grosjean runs wide. It opens the door not only for Award, but for Below. Look at this, wheel-to-wheel on the opening lap. Grosjean's got the better line and keeps the lead.
Wow, what a great start for Grosjean, able to hold off the attacking cars behind on the first lap here, so good on him for that. But it's at this point we should start discussing the strategy in this race. So the big discussion heading into this race was the 2-stopper or the 3-stop. Now, Romain Grosjean and most of the other runners would opt to start on the alternate softer tire, but Team Penske and notably Scott McLaughlin would be starting on the harder compound tire. So at this point, it's looking like the Penske cars of McLaughlin, Power, and Newgarden are going to be the ones trying to stay out and trying to extend this first stint as much as possible. So you can imagine just how shocked we all were when we saw this on lap 15.
McLaughlin in the pits now. As you said, Marty, all these Penskes are doing this 3-stopper, looking for that clean air and fast lap times.
So already our first big surprise of this race, as all 3 Team Penske cars would start making their way into the pits around lap 15. Now remember, all 3 of these cars were already on the hard compound tire, and this early stop was way earlier than anybody was expecting, even for an alternate tire runner. So Team Penske committed to the 3-stop extremely early, way earlier than anybody thought. So let's see, is this gonna be a Penske masterclass or disaster class? But nevertheless, it would still be Grosjean out at the front, and Newgarden and McLaughlin would come out in about 18th and 19th position respectively. But it would be much later on lap 29 that we would start to see the leaders, including Grosjean, heading into the pits.
Here is Grosjean.
29 laps in the books. Romain Grosjean has led every one of them so far. Those primary tires going on. Alex Palou at the front end of pit road going to primaries as well. We'll see the race here. Look at that, a long stop for the 10. Grosjean with a good jump here on pit road.
There's Pato Award. That's close, super close between the Ganassi and the McLaren.
Oh, this is going to be spicy down to turn 5, Townsend, side by side through 4, Palou in the marbles.
Pato's got the advantage, hot tires, and Palou had to run wide through the dirty section of the track. So nice move from Award.
So a great first stop there from Grosjean and Andretti, able to maintain the effective lead of the race. However, as you can see, not so great for Alex Palou, as McLaren and Pato O'Ward were able to get the jump on him. But at this point, it would be those early stoppers, the Penske cars mostly, who were out in the actual lead of the race. But once again, on that 3-stop, the effective lead still with Romain Grosjean at this point, and he's looking pretty good. But now is when things are going to start to get interesting.
In his 2nd year of competition,
oh, look at that.
Teammates have swapped positions. McLaughlin gets ahead of Joseph Newgarden.
Oh,
That's why Newgarden is in for the 2nd of 3 stops.
as there is a stalled car, the 51 of Stingray Robb.
Is this going to bring out the first full course caution?
Alexander Rossi dives into pit lane. They're going to try to get here before that yellow comes. Scott McLaughlin, the leader, in as well.
If you're a 3-stopper, you want to box right now.
This is pretty understandable. IndyCar said that if they know there's a pit sequence that we're in the middle of and the car is stopped offline in a safe place, the driver hasn't made contact with anything, they'll leave it green and let those cars go through the pits before the yellow comes. I assume it's still coming.
There's the caution.
So a super interesting chain of events there, as since Stingray Robb stalled, but as you heard, it wasn't like an actual wreck. They decided to hold off on the yellow. So this really did give a slight benefit to the 3-stoppers, and the biggest winner in all this was Scott McLaughlin, due to the timing of when he was actually able to come in versus forces when cars would have had to start slowing down through that local yellow there really played to his benefit and allowed him to jump all the way up into the effective second place of the race. An absolutely incredible jump, but we'll see how it plays out on the restart.
We're both on a one-stopper, but this helps him, but he's still going to have to save fuel. We do not have to save any fuel.
There you go. That sets up for big Scotty Mac attack. Ready to go back to racing here at Barber. Grosjean will lead this
Green
field
flag,
to green,
green flag.
but how long will he stay in the lead? Here we go.
Pretty good jump from Grosjean. He only has to go about 17 more laps to make his last stop to get to the end, but McLaughlin will be pressing hard.
And it's the two guys who gave us that ultimate theater on the streets of St. Petersburg. McLaughlin and Grosjean going for the win again. It's flying. McLaughlin had an inside look there at Grosjean.
He's starting to get big eyes, Scotty Mac. He knows he's got a really good shot today.
Here we go. Look at this. Way out wide at turn 5. That is a real hot spot for Romain Grosjean.
So very surprising from Grosjean on the restart there, able to maintain the lead. It really wasn't expected he'd be able to do that. But at this point, things have pretty much come back to even. Each of our top runners here are going to have to make one more stop. They're both running in their effective track position, and this is just going to be a straight up fight. Who's going to have the better pit stops? Who's going to save those tires better? And who's just going to be the better driver? Fast forward though to lap 60, and Grosjean has been able to maintain first place, and miraculously he's actually opened up about a 2.5 second gap to McLaughlin behind. But now it would be time for that all-important final pit stop.
Romain Grosjean's crew ready to go.
Here he is. That Delaware Life Honda is in. Great job, Romain Grosjean, Marty. He withstood quite a bit of pressure for a long time.
It has been a dominant performance, Diff. He has led all but 9 laps here at Barber Motorsports Park, fitting with 31 laps to go. Can the crew deliver what should be the final stop of the day in quick fashion? They do, Kevin.
So crucial now for Scott McLaughlin to push.
McLaughlin in race leader is in. Now we put our eyes on Romain Grosjean. And watch where these two guys come out on the racetrack. Kevin, here comes McLaughlin.
McLaughlin's car has been great. He's got primary Firestone to go to the rest of the way. No fuel save concerns, so he can go harder than Grosjean. And let's watch the blend as he heads back out on track.
Here comes Romain Grosjean.
This is going to be good. McLaughlin comes out ahead, but on cold tires, and Grosjean is going to be pushing 100% for the next couple corners.
Turn 5, here he goes, setting up from a long way back, but he's not close enough.
But it's not over yet. If McLaughlin can keep him behind through turn 16, he goes wide here. Not going to get it. It's a flat-out chicane they're heading to.
Romain Grosjean's got to do a Joseph Newgarden-style move. Inside opportunity coming up. Can he get his car tight to the right? Tight to the right. No, McLaughlin blocks that.
Watch him try to cross it up and make it happen right here.
Whoa, inside. Romain Grosjean wheel to wheel with Scott McLaughlin for the lead.
Fantastic stuff.
That's the kind of move you want to see. Aggressive but calculated. Scott McLaughlin gave him just enough room to pull it off. The 28 to the point.
Oh my goodness, what a move from Romain Grosjean. I mean, one of the best of the season, an absolute classic, slinging it up the inside of Scott McLaughlin there. And at this point, you're thinking, we're good, man. 25 laps, you're ahead, you're both on the same tires. Yes, Romain does have to do a little bit of fuel save, but around this track, that shouldn't be too tough. There's a lot of spots where it is just almost impossible to pass. The one big monkey wrench here that we would learn about is that Grosjean's out of push to pass. We don't know how it happened. He doesn't know how it happened. He must have been on the button and not realized it, but he's out of push to pass now. But this video is titled the way it is for a reason. Take a look at what happens here with only 18 to go.
Just a tick, 4/10 to the good. Thanks to NTT as Grosjean goes way wide.
Way wide. Oh, and almost comes back in. That turn 5 spot is a real handful for Grosjean. There's going to be a new race leader. His name is Scott McLaughlin.
With no push to pass left, there was absolutely nothing Romain Grosjean could do. Scott got on the button, easily cleared him into turn 8, and to the lead go the Thirsty Threes.
Oh, so gross. Just pain and nothing but pain there for Grosjean fans around the world is his probably best shot ever to win a motor race, an open wheel motor race, which he hasn't won for 11 years, and it just slips away because he got a corner wrong. I mean, just so brutal. Be sure to check out the video on screen now. I think you're really gonna like it if you liked this video. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.